Hello. Today I will be giving a short presentation on Snap and Read, a Don Johnston product that will read aloud any text that is on your computer screen. If you are a student who learns better by hearing someone tell you about something than by trying to read about it yourself, so in other words, your ability to understand what you hear is better than your ability to understand what you read, then this program could really benefit you. It can also be a helpful study tool when you think you need to multitask, because it could be reading out loud, a reading assignment, or class notes while you clean your room, lift weights, get ready in the morning, and so on. You would just pull up the reading material on your computer, get it to start reading, and then listen while you do what you need to do. At least at the high school level, Lawrence Township has put Snap and Read on all student Chromebooks, so it is a tool that your peers also have. In this video, I will be demonstrating the features of Snap and Read and walking you through some practice with it. As I mentioned, Snap and Read is a Don Johnston product. Additional information and instructional videos can be found on the Don Johnston website, which is right here. Please pause the video if you'd like to copy down this website. Okay, so on the Chromebooks, the Snap and Read symbol is going to be up here, and it's really small, and if you haven't turned it on or used it before, it's going to have a red dot, and it's going to look like this. So it's really little, but it looks like that. Okay, so if you go ahead and click on that, if it's your first time getting in, it should give you a screen like this. And you want to sign in with Google. So once you click on that, it should give you at least your student account, but if you've ever signed in just with your own personal Gmail account, it'll offer that one too. You have to sign in with your student account for Snap and Read to show up. So go ahead and do the sign in with Google, and then what it should do is turn to blue. So I've made the symbol big again so you can see what it looks like. So once it's on, let's look, for example, when you turn it on, it'll switch to blue, and then the toolbar would come down the side. Sometimes it can be a little slow to load, especially if a few people are doing it at once. But if it's blue, you know it's on. Okay, so the first thing that I have people do is when you're looking at that blue symbol, right click on it. So to right click on these Chromebooks, you put two fingers just a little bit apart and you click them at the same time. If you end up doing it and just single click it, it'll turn it black again and turn it back off. So if it turns black, you gotta turn it back on, wait till it's blue, and then try again with the two finger click. And once you do that, go into options, and then you can do a lot of different settings in here. So you can select what color you'd like it to highlight as it reads along. It can't always keep up, but sometimes you'll see it highlighting words. You can also select different voices.
Welcome to the Snap and Read extension. You can change the pitch rate and volume of speech using the sliders below.
Welcome to the Snap and Read extension. This voice requires an internet connection.
Okay, so there's different voices you can choose from, and there's also, a way to set the volume. The snail to the hummingbird line is how fast you want it to read. So if you end up thinking that it feels like it's reading too fast for you to really understand what it's talking about, just put it a little more down toward the snail. And then this changes the pitch of the voice, so just to show you an example.
Welcome to the Snap and Read extension. Welcome to the Snap and Read extension.
So you can make it sound pretty weird.
Welcome to the Snap and Read extension.
I'm actually going to put it back on the normal.
This voice requires an
Okay.
Welcome to the Snap and Read extension.
Sorry.
You can change the pitch rate and volume of speech using the sliders below.
So the main object of the game is to find a voice, a speed, and a pitch that is least annoying to you and that you feel like you can listen to and concentrate on the best. Another thing that I tell students to do, bring this all the way down toward the left side, so that's by the single dot on this text complexity bar. So what that does is there's a feature in here where it'll change some of the words to either give the definition or make it a little easier to understand. And so if you have that slider to the left, there's a better chance that it'll change more words. You can also select a language for translation. So I have it set on to do Spanish. There are lots of different languages to choose from. If you have legitimate need for a language and it doesn't seem like the program is actually translating it for you, let someone at the school know, because the district might have to approve of that language being uploaded, but that is a nice feature about this. So the other thing that I want to point out, if you right click again up on the symbol, oops, see there's an example of single clicking and turning it off. So if you right click and you go into manage extensions, there used to be a little box here that said allow access to file URLs. I have not been seeing that box anymore, and I'm not sure where it went. But if you're trying to get it to read things to you and it's not working, you could try to come back into here into manage extensions and just see if that box is on your computer, and make sure it's clicked if you do see it, because that allows it to read, I think, the most programs. But like I said, I'm not seeing that box anymore, so maybe with an upgrade they don't need it. I'm not sure. Okay, so you can exit out of options and extensions. I'm going to come into this. This was just an example. It's a biology assignment just to show you the different features here. So down the side, when it's on, it'll be blue, and this little black bar will come up on the side of your screen. And so just to show you a little bit bigger what the symbols look like, I'm going to just run through them and then I'll show you what each one can do. So the speaker at the top, there's 3 different ways that you can get it to read to you. You can highlight words and then click the speaker, so click right up there. Or you can click the speaker and then just click a word, and it'll just start reading, and it'll read and read until you click again. The third way to get it to read is to click this one, the little crosshairs box, and it will give you a crosshairs thing, and you make a box around the text that you want it to read. And then when you unclick from the computer, you just wait. And after a few seconds, it'll start reading to you what you put in the box. And then this symbol here that looks like a square kind of changing to a circle, that's how you do the text complexity. So it might change difficult words, or you can sometimes use it to check for the meaning of a word. And then this symbol here, the A with sort of the fancy T, you can highlight a section and then click that symbol, and that's how it'll translate it to another language for you. Okay, so back to our little example here. So you can click the speaker and then just click a word.
Substituted Sammy was a normal, healthy boy. There was nothing in his life that...
Okay, so it'll read until you click again. You can also, I'm gonna unclick that to turn it off. You can also highlight part and then click it, and it'll only read what you highlighted.
Substituted Sammy was a normal, healthy boy.
Okay, and then the other thing is you can get those crosshairs and you can put a box around it. And you want to be careful that you get all the text that you want read in the box. If you cut it off kind of like this, like I did on the bottom line, it's going to mess it up. So make sure it's all in there, and then just let go, and it takes it a moment. If you click again, it'll turn that off.
Substituted Sammy was a normal, healthy boy. There was nothing.
So then it'll just read what you put in the box. That's nice if you're on a website where if you don't want to click things because it might take you to another page, you can try to put it in a box, and then it'll just read what's in the box. Okay, so let's say you're reading this and you don't know what indicated means. You can highlight a word that you don't know, and then you can click text complexity, and sometimes it'll give you the definition. Like indicated means pointed to or showed. Now, unfortunately, they don't have a ton of words, it seems like, in their dictionary for doing this. So there might be a lot of times where you highlight it, you want it to give the definition, and nothing happens. But sometimes it does have it, so it can be good. You can also just highlight a whole big section and click this. And then what it does is it puts the things that it changes into italics, so you can see which words it fixed. And if you hover over it, it'll put the original word there too, so you can remind yourself what that was. Okay, and then while it's highlighted, I'm also going to show the translation feature. So you highlight something, you click the translation, you wait a second. Let me see, maybe there. I guess it's gonna have me do it the opposite way. And then it puts it into Spanish, and then you can click the speaker and have it read it to you in Spanish, or whatever language you want.
Sammy substituido, era un niño sano normal, no había nada en su vida que indicara que él fuera diferente de los demás.
So I don't speak Spanish. I don't know how good the grammar is when you do that, but I've heard it's pretty accurate. Okay, so that's the main features. What I'm gonna have everyone do that's watching this video is just get some practice yourself. So go ahead and type in Indiana Driver's Manual in Google. Okay, and then go to that website. And as you can see, the snap and read bar should follow you whatever website you go to. Okay, so I want you all to do the same thing. So you should have, once you get the driver's manual website up, just so you can kind of get the hang of it, make sure you can get it to read out loud to you. You can click the speaker, click a word.
The Indiana Driver's Manual is updated twice annually in January and
Okay, so you can then click it to turn it back off, highlight a little bit, click it again, and it'll read what you
the
highlighted.
Indiana Driver's Manual is
Okay, you can also practice putting some boxes around things. I'm not sure if it's going to take that D, we'll see.
Driver's Manual.
Yep. So you might have been able to tell a couple times, it takes it a second. So if you click it and then click again right away, it kind of cancels it out, turns it back off. So the more clicky you are with it, the better chance it's not going to read to you. You kind of have to be patient with it. For the examples for text complexity, I believe it changes this one. So let's say you didn't know what annually means. You can highlight that every year. Let's say you didn't know what, trying to remember what else it changed. No, I think it changes obtain. So highlight obtain. I already had it clicked, so. Get, and then it changed also regulations to rules. So I think when I did it that way and just clicked, it must have changed a bunch of them. Yeah, it changed all down the website. Okay, so that just kind of gives you an idea. And then if you highlight it and you click to translate, if you've selected another language, it should translate into your other language for you. And then again, you can click the speaker and have it start to read.
El manual del conductor de Indiana se actualiza 2 veces al año.
Okay. So I'm going to put this back up again so that if you want that website, you can get to it. I hope you found this helpful. If you'd like more information on Snap and Read, just go to that website. You can watch the videos that they have on there. They have some different video demos of the features that I explained, and then also some additional features that we haven't really gone into. If you have any questions, just reach out to staff and we'll be able to help you use Snap and Read. And thanks and happy listening.